Morning everyone, I'm Janice Spencer and I'm the programme lead, as Hannah said, for the MSc in Medical Bioscience. So what I was intending in doing is just giving an overview of our programme, and when we open the question and answer session, then you can feel free to ask me any questions about the programme, or if you want to ask some of our students. We've got Sonia and Abiola, who are our class reps and who are doing an absolutely amazing job interacting with our academic staff and looking after our current cohort of students. Can I change the slide, please? So what is the Medical Bioscience? So Medical Bioscience programme at Glasgow Caledonian University is a research-led programme which is covering different aspects of life science. It consists of topics that are based on molecular biology, pharmacology, virology, cell biology, and microbiology. And the teaching staff all are research active and actively try and inform our teaching with our expertise and our current research areas. Next slide, please. So this is the basis of the Medical Bioscience programme. So there is 3 trimesters for the programme. Trimester A starts in September and it consists of 3 top modules, and these are 20 credits each. There's genomics in medical bioscience, the Bioscience Toolkit 1, and case studies in medical bioscience. And I'll explain a little bit more about the individual modules in the next few slides. In trimester B, there is a carry-on from the Bioscience Toolkit 2 to the Bioscience Toolkit, Toolkit 2 module. There's also the opportunity to design your own research project, and then there's also the opportunity to select a module that is based on your areas of interest. And the choices are a microbiology module, and the other one is a cell biology module. And once you've chosen these modules, then that will inform the topic area for your MSc research project in trimester C, which is a 60 credit module. Can I have the next slide, please? So just a little bit more information about each of the individual modules. In trimester A, the first module is Genomics for Medical Bioscience, and that's led by Dr. Gillian Hunter. And this is designed to give a foundation in the analysis of genomes, and that is both prokaryotic and eukaryotic genomes. And it has a focus on DNA, genomic variation, gene expression, and disease. The module will encourage the development of an advanced analytical skills in genomics, transcriptomics, and bioinformatics, to enable you to have transferable skills to be able to use these in a career in life science. It consists of 2 elements. It includes lectures and tutorials that expand the theory gained from the lecture material, and it aims to develop bioinformatic and analytical skills for the application in modern molecular genomics. There is a coursework element, which is based on bioinformatic analysis, and also a terminal exam. And that allows the demonstration of the ability to look at the genomics and interpret some data. The other module is the Bioscience Toolkit 1, and this allows the development of transferable skills that are applicable to lots of different career options. And this module aims to provide students with an underpinning in digital technology, which is an essential skill for lots of career options. And it helps to facilitate student learning at master's level. So it really is a core module to allow these transferable skills that will not only help you after graduation, but also during your time at Glasgow Caledonian University to help with the assessments in some of the other modules. The module includes skills like communication and collaboration, ICT literacy, information literacy, and learning skills and media literacy. It also aims to equip students with the essential practical skills in the laboratory, to introduce you to practical skills in the laboratory, and different techniques which are completely applicable to the life science industry. This module is continually assessed with different assessment options. Can I have the next slide, please? The last module in trimester A is led by Dr. Paul Baker, and this is called Case Studies in Medical Bioscience. And this is a research-led module which allows the academic staff to describe more of their research areas, and it aims to provide an understanding of the significant medical conditions currently reducing the quality of life of the global population. This will focus on etiology, pathology, epidemiology, and also novel treatments and the current prevention strategies for these diseases. This module is also continually assessed, and that's the end of trimester A. Next slide, please. In trimester B, next slide, we have another 3 top modules, and these are again 20 credits. The first module I'm going to describe is the Bioscience Toolkit, and this leads on from the Toolkit 1 in trimester A. And this is also led by Frances McInnes, who is a key member of the Medical Bioscience programme. So in Toolkit 2, there's different components. Frances will lead the employability skills and experimental design and analysis. And this allows the close partnership with our career service. And it also gives access to lots of different opportunities, that possibly attending conferences, developing websites, and be able to try and look at the next career or the next steps in your career, and speak to alumni and also local businesses. There's also a laboratory component, and this will lead on from the skills that you've learned in trimester A, and it will focus on 3 mini projects which will allow you to equip yourselves with the skills that are required to carry out your research project in trimester C. This is also a continually assessed module. And the other module is led by Dr. Yvonne Dempsey, and this is allows you to develop your own research project, or to design your own research project. And this will allow you to explore the development on the structure of a research project in lots of different areas, but you've got a choice of the topic that you are going to investigate. And there'll be discussions about ethics and regulation around the use of both animal models in disease and regenerative medicine. And tutorials will be provided to allow you to develop a research project and explore the topic such as experimental designs and impact statements. Next slide, please. So we're moving on to our optional projects, our optional modules. So you can have the choice of a molecular biology, cell biology based module, which is called Cancer Biology and Advanced Therapeutics, which is led by Dr. Williams. And this module will allow you to study the advanced topics in one of the major causes diseases in the Western world, which is cancer. This module will provide a thorough grounding in oncology and encompass things like cancer hallmarks and the etiology, biology, and molecular biology of immune-based of different cancer etiologies, and also introduce you to cellular and immune-based therapies for different forms of cancer. The other option is a microbiology-based module, which is led by Dr. Ryan Keane. And this allows an introduction to bacterial pathogenicity, and this understanding is pivotal to help you gain experience before you move on to the trimester C research project, and a solid basis in microbial pathogenicity is required. Can we move on to the next slide? Trimester C is where you'll undertake a 60 credit research project, and that will be conducted in our laboratories. It will either be based on the cell molecular biology if you've taken the cancer biology or a microbiology-based project, which is based if you've taken the bacterial pathogenicity module. Can I have the next slide, please? So I'm the module lead for the MSc research project, and this is a laboratory-based research project which will be carried out by the student. The project's been designed to offer and provide a unique set of skills and knowledge in its different subject areas, and that will include cell and molecular biology. Even if you're doing the microbiology-based one, we have the shared techniques like qPCR that we'll use. So that allow an understanding of molecular biology. And pharmacology, we always look at the development of novel drugs and how bacterial infections can be combated with that. So the laboratory projects will involve working individually under the supervision of an allocated supervisor to investigate a research question. This will allow you to execute, analyse and interpret the data that you've generated, and it also allows the students to acquire a broad and extensive range of technical skills and expertise in medical bioscience. And this will allow you to develop these critical skills that are really important for forging forward in a career in the medical bioscience and life science areas. Can I have the next slide, please? So what possible careers have some of our alumni left after graduation? So there's been plenty that have moved into academic research and managed to secure PhD positions in universities across the world, including the UK, Norway, Finland, Canada, and these are students or have developed and completed their PhDs, because we've been running this programme for just over 5 years now. Some have moved into R&D within industry, some have moved into scientific and medical writing, some have secured positions in the life science field, becoming involved in quality assurance and quality control. And some have secured positions as in scientific sales or became equipment specialists within the life science companies. And others have moved back and taken on positions teaching both in secondary schools and further education colleges. Can I have the next slide, please? These are some of the student testimonials that we've received throughout our time running the programme, and students have said that they joined the programme to improve in their undergraduate degree, and they want to improve their practical skills, and some of the testimonials have also suggested that they've enjoyed the different assessment strategies, including the podcast, developing graphical abstracts. And they also really look forward to the summer project, the summer research project, and gaining more experience in the laboratory, because undertaking a biology-based project or programme really ensures that you would like to be in the lab and follow that in the future careers. Can I have the last slide, I think? Okay, so that was the last slide. So that gives a brief summary of what the programme entails, and we're more than happy to receive any questions. So if you've got a question directed at me about the programme, I'd be happy to answer, but it's really nice to have our students, Sonia and Abiola, who are currently completed their trimester B. They're probably a bit tired because they've just finished all their assessments, but they've got a little bit of a break before they undertake their research project, which will be starting in the middle of May. I might have to put my glasses on to be able to see the text.
Thanks so much for that really interesting presentation, Janice. So as Janice mentioned, we'll now move on to the Q&A part of the session. Please feel free to submit any questions in the chat box if you have any. This is a really good opportunity to ask all of the questions that you could possibly have about the programme. We'll go through as many in the time that we have left. If we don't manage to get to your question today, or if you think of something afterwards, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us via inquiries@gcu.ac.uk. But please feel free to type your messages in the chat box below. We'll just give it a few more minutes, Sonia, and see whether, or Janice, and see whether any questions come up.
Yeah, I'm really slow at typing, so it would take me Okay, so Nawal's asked, does this programme provide a pathway or relevant experience for careers in clinical embryology or IVF related fields? We don't cover anything that's related with reproduction, but one of our academic staff did his PhD in embryology, so if that was something of interest, we could speak to that relevant academic member of staff, and you could base the research project design round about that topic. I hope that aims to answer your question.
Sonia and Abiola, I just have a question from a kind of student support perspective. How have you found your time on the programme in terms of GCU as a whole? Or, yeah, Janice is holding her ears. You know, the support you've received from the academic teams, and also just what your experience of GCU has been like since you've been here. I don't know if you both want to just touch on that. That would be really useful.
So, Abiola, why don't you go first?
Okay. My experience with GCU has like been really good. Like we have a lot of support and everybody is welcoming, and your questions, no matter how silly or weird you think it is, like someone is always there to answer it and answer it with like, the way they should. And the coursework has been good. I like the fact that you always have support, especially during your assessment. And they don't just give you assessment and they just let you be. Like you always have like the support session, tutorials, like help with the coursework. And even while you're doing the coursework and then you have any question about it, and then you meet like the the lecturer or the professor, they always listen to you. And the coursework has been like good. It helps with like different areas, build different skills, even skills you don't think you need, like as a scientist. Like you just probably think, oh, I just need to be in the lab, but like you need all this like employability skills to be able to build your CV, to be able to like just be out there in the world. So yeah, I think it has been really good. So that's my thought on it. Thank you.
Okay.
That's really nice to hear.
Yeah, just to highlight on what she said, it's been really great. I mean, the support has been so massive. It's wonderful, really, because every single lecture we have drop-ins, just anytime, and they keep reiterating the fact that you can ask questions at any time, at any point, and it's not just through one source. So you have different channels of, contacting your lecturers. Just drop them an email, do anything, and they respond as soon as possible. And that's wonderful because they help out. I mean, there's no limit. No one has ever said, oh, that's enough questions about this. No, it's always 247 support, and that's wonderful. Everyone is committed to helping out, and just like she said, a lot of transferable skills. It's not just lab based. You have the whole digital literacy skills, the website design skills that you could use in your place of work, no matter what you do. So it's wonderful. GC is very welcoming as a whole. We have the LDC to support your lectures for different schools. So there are always multiple channels of support. You even get confused where to start from sometimes because they're just literally everywhere to support. So that's wonderful.
Thank you, Sonia.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much to both of you for those answers. That was really insightful. Janice, we'll just give it a couple more minutes in case anyone is frantically typing away. Janice, I don't know if you can see that question that's in the Q&A. Can you see the?
I've only seen one question, and I think I answered that.
So there's one that's in the Q&A section, but I'll read it out just now if that would be helpful.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
It's from Peter, and he is asking, my academic background is in biology education. After studying this course, how will my background determine my career after graduation? Because I did not study biomedical science as my bachelor's degree.
Okay. It depends on what sort of career you would like to choose after there. So this really is based on practical skills, and it really helps to develop the transferable skills that would help you to develop a career within the life science, medical bioscience field. There are transferable skills, like Sonia actually mentioned stuff that I always forget, about web design and employability, and being able to collaborate and communicate with all different areas. And that doesn't just include speaking to scientists, it could be speaking to the general public. So again, these transferable skills would help in any sort of career option, because some of our students have gone on and developed things like into fields like scientific writing, medical communication, and not went onto positions that involve practical skills. But having an education background might be quite difficult if you've not got the initial practical skills or an understanding of the technologies that are available that you maybe haven't done in your undergraduate degree. Hannah, is there any more questions that I've not been able to see?
I'm just having a check now, Janice. I think that's it so far. We've just got Peter's question was just posted in a kind of Q&A section, so I'm just double checking that to make sure there's nothing else. But I think that's it so far. Does anyone else have any last questions for Janice, Sonia, and Abiola? Okay, I think I'll start to wrap things up, but if any other questions come in, we can obviously answer them.
Absolutely.
So That brings us to the end of today's session. I'd like to thank Janice and Abiola and Sonia once again for their time and expertise, and also extend a big thank you to all of you for attending and for your engaging questions. Just a reminder that this session will be available on the GCU YouTube page in the coming weeks if you'd like to revisit any of the content. We hope you found today's session useful, and we look forward to hopefully welcoming many of you back to GCU for your postgraduate studies. Thanks again and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.